Hello there. Yes, on this coronavirus COVID-19 lockdown blog, day 13, and boy, almost 2 weeks. And I know I'm doing the best how I'm going to cover it, but I bet there's been some people breaching the lockdown rules, and like on the previous video, we're actually been connecting the dots where that 5G, yeah, with the 5G and coronavirus, and yeah, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Well, yeah, because I was connecting the dots in that though, and it's probably maybe not everything yet, but it's worth watching because you can probably find out this is probably all a sham. It's just all about taking away our rights, trying to get us to take the vaccines to try and protect the virus that doesn't even exist. I'm not saying that COVID-19 is real or not. I'm not saying it's real or not. I just look on both sides in that though, but it is probably due to 5G. It's 5G that does more harm, not the coronavirus. So with the deaths from 5G, they're just using it as a cover up or something. That's just my theory, people. Well, let's just get to it because this is gonna be a long video, so let's just get to it. On this article, Google tracking Kiwis using COVID-19 lockdown. So that is discussing what Google's doing. They're probably just tracking people without their consent. It's disgusting, and they're probably tracking through their smartphone. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Google had been tracking the students' movements to show how often they are going to work, parks, and supermarkets. Transport hard during lockdown. Well, people, if you don't really track, leave your smartphone at home, because that way they won't be tracking what you're actually doing. Leave it at home. Leave your smartphone at home. Yeah, because it compares data from Sunday with an average Sunday between January 3rd and February 6th this year. Yet, Google is tracking you, people. They're really tracking you. I'm not joking. And it's disgusting what they're really doing. Yet, many reports are working at home during lockdown. Well, like me, I just do my own news. I just speak my mind on that though, because I'm just an independent blogger. I don't get paid for what I do in that though. In fact, I don't get paid any money, so I just speak my mind because I don't have rules. I don't work for anyone that tells me what to do in that though, and that's a good thing. That's why I don't make money, because, well, I tell the truth. There's no money in truth, but there's a lot of money in lies. If you want to make your money, you have to be a pretty good liar. Well, let's just move on. Yeah, coronavirus government might start tracking phones if people don't stay at home projects, but well, Google's already tracking you anyway, so yeah, New Zealand is currently a pandemic alert level for the highest at the current state. People are required to stay at home as much as possible, limit non-essential and stay local when they do to leave home. Yet they tell us to stay home if you're healthy. Well, if you're sick, yes, stay at home. But yeah, if you're healthy, yeah, you should be able to go somewhere as well. But well, it's still about making yourself. Well, yeah, at such cost, because businesses are going to be impacted as well. And let's just move on. Yeah, coronavirus police use cell phones location data to track content compliance as well. Do you get your information from Google? Well, I'm going to see what he's got to say.
People who arrive at the border are asked to give a contact cellular number. The first call they get is from welfare, and to ensure that they're okay and they're in suitable accommodation, they have all they need. They will now, and they have been in the last 24 hours, they then get a text from us saying, look, here's an opportunity for you to engage with us. If you wish to do this, it must be with your consent. Please reply, turn on your location services, and if it's okay with you, we'll be able to monitor where you are. That's all we can do, monitor their location, but they must accept it.
Why are we asking people for consent when the risk is so high?
Yeah, so while I'm not giving you my consent, no, because I value my privacy, because that's what I do. I value my privacy, because privacy is a human right. And you're just trying to say, oh, you must give up your privacy just to keep you safe from all the viruses thing. I don't think so. So, no. Well, I'm going to see how long this one is. Well, it's 2 minutes, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Some academics are saying that you need a plan B as well.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to leave it at that because we've got so many articles to get through. And so how much time we got there? Well, we're 6 minutes in, so, well, let's just move on to the next one. And the next one says the digital war and coronavirus, why enter the next weapon. And he said he had to like have some kind of app or something. So yeah, and they tell you to turn on your location service, which I'm not gonna do. And if it is on or off, I'm still not taking my smartphone with me because that's the thing. And they probably will require us to have an app. Yeah, so let's just move on. Why, yeah. To fight the coronavirus, New Zealanders will immediately turn to digital, meaning the government must sell the Kiwi idea installing a phone app that could log their movement. So they're going to try and make it that's mandatory, and you might even have to have a smartphone, and it's going to probably have to be a mask or something. Which, you know, me, that's why I leave it at home. Well, like with those dumb people, they just like to always bring their smoking. They don't even know they're being tracked. They don't even know they're being tracked because they don't even think they are. But then that. Right, I've got that. Let's move on. And there's one from, yeah, COVID-19 match shows the 1 kilometer exercise perimeter. And it says that, like, and I think of bone vibrates. It is almost possible to see the website directly onto your phone when you are outside. If you go further than 1 kilometer, your phone vibrates. Yep, your phone vibrates, and that's over in France. And that's when you actually like go outside, and if you say you walk like from like a 1 kilometer radiation, and when you walk further than that, your phone will vibrate as a warning. So let's just move on now. And this one's with the breaches, and yep, the people just say, oh, I just want to go for a surf the waves. Well, with the lockdown level 4, oh, no you can't. Can't go do that, and you can't even go for a swim. That's going to beaches. That's going to the beaches. Yeah, there it is there. And there's a couple of servers and a couple of policemen or something. There might be a policewoman there as well. And yeah. It was frustrating for residents who's been phone isolation was yeah. See, people just really enjoy surfing. They just don't really want to get out. They just want to enjoy the waves and that. Yeah, coin surfers outdoors, yeah, they might even take their surfboards off. And yet they actually even prevent four-wheel drive access. And boy. And let's go to there though. And yet, new lockdown hopefully bans swimming, hunting, and surfing. Well, yeah, ICW on my second lockdown says that no, you cannot fish, you cannot hunt, and you cannot go to the beach. And that's probably relating to that, but probably way before this article has been released or something. So, new law bans fishing, hunting. It's all about taking away your rights. And with that lockdown thing, they say it's going to probably last 4 weeks, but we're actually in 2 weeks now, so we're actually halfway through. So, I hope they're not going to extend it. I hope, yeah, but the thing is, they can probably find an excuse to extend it, which I ain't going to get to that soon enough. And yeah, here it is here. And yeah, I'm going to read the first one. Everyone in this area must be to be isolated or quarantined in the current place with them. Well, that means that if you are not sick and well, born healthy, well, we're ill for, and I don't give a shit if you're healthy or sick. You're in lockdown and you're staying there. And you cannot hunt, you cannot fish, you cannot swim, you cannot go to the beach, you cannot go for a train or hike. Yeah. It really sucks. It really is. How we can wait for another 2 more weeks, then we can meet. And yet, there's one for Northern who breached the lockdown has been time in jail on remand. And yet, a Northern man faced charges including breaching the coronavirus lockdown will be spending at least 10 days in prison. So it'll be until the 16th. You know, people just like to enjoy their day, but unfortunately with the lockdown, it's such a change. Sometimes people just don't like change. And unfortunately, things ain't gonna just go back the way it is, even if the 4 weeks have passed since the lockdown. So, yeah, because he actually failed to he failed to social distance. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. He was playing until he failed to stop having close contact with people he did not live with. He's like probably visiting other people and yeah. See with this. And yeah, West Coast caught hunting during lockdown. Yeah, well, you cannot hunt. Oh boy. Well, but it's essential. It's food. Well, if you want food, go to the supermarket. I didn't say that. Oh, they garbage? No! Well, can I surf? Go for a surf? No! Can I go and lie down the beach and get some vitamin D? No! Ah, yeah. And yes, there's one from RT. Yep. New Zealand became a police state. COVID-19 lockdown is taken to be taken seriously, but reporting neighbours and abuse of powers goes too far. Yep. Yeah, and it says that it wasn't long that the government gave New Zealand a 2-day period for everyone to try out and loosen up to be prepared for a official nationwide lockdown. Fit level 4 which will continue for at least 4 weeks. And yeah, and I bet our Prime Minister is gonna find an excuse to extend the lockdown. She'll look for an excuse. Well, we're really content, so we're gonna extend it for another 2 weeks. Yeah, well, let's move on. And yet, for what Auntie says, that coronavirus please to operate COVID-19 lockdown, stopping non-essential travelers. Whoa, we just like to go for a ride. That's non-essential. Well, I might be going. Well, the rest in the police state is Matthew's jokes. It's my jokes that's worse for the police state. Oh, we don't like your jokes, so we're just going to arrest you, but you ain't for good. Well, you was like on a walk for a dog. Oh, that's hiking, that's tramping, that's tramping. So we're just gonna take you away. Oh man. And there's the carnival over in a small town. Unfortunately, that's of course cancelled because it's a lockdown. And speaking of Easter, coronavirus, the Sunday after indeed Easter Spain 2 very essential workers. Although they're not in well. Says they probably made up stories, but they're essential workers. Well, because he probably just probably still believes in the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy and they're not even well and probably still believes in Santa Claus or something. Oh, good grief. Really? That smile? Ugh. 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 It's that smile. Ugh. Can't stand looking at it. People, why we elected her as Prime Minister in New Zealand? Why? Well, I had to put up with looking at her each time I decided to like her. Ah, good grief. Well, even with that, even with 2 weeks had passed, and although the economy is taking a hit, and in New Zealand is always taking a hit, coronavirus in New Zealand proposed to make 387 pilots redundant, union says. Yeah, people are getting laid off because they know they can't afford them to have them working. Because they know they're just trying to stay afloat. And man, if that lockdown does last, the airline could go bankrupt. Yeah, it could go bankrupt, and yeah, and where's it? 400 South Island Murray's family will soon run out of food before lockdown ends. Well, that's why you prepare beforehand, make sure you have enough food. Grow a garden and with that lockdown, we have to social distance. Helping people is going to be very difficult. Very. And you're going to probably end up breaking the lockdown rules if we're going to start helping people to get a garden going. When they're trying to help people, we say, oh, that's social gathering. And when they're like, oh, that's a government gathering. We need to get the bags over there and take those people away. Yeah. Really? Yeah, really. Yeah, and and it's not going to get any better with that solar movement that's going to be coming out as well. Because we have been so duped and that the media is just downplaying and yeah, downplaying or not even covering about the solar movement as well. Because they're there to push that global warming agenda, which I'm not going to talk about, so let's just move on. And the EV cheers call for stuffing for what a frickin' asshole, bitch, whatever it is, though. Excuse my language, but level 4 is always as tough as it is, but that means they're gonna be like National Guards and police all over the roads and be sure we stay on our homes and that. That's just gonna be really, it's like a coin for a march, coin for a police day or a rallying as well, yeah, like a 1984 style that you're gonna be tracked, whatever you do, and that though. No, I don't accept that. No. Level 4 is always hard as it is though, and people trying to cope with it is gonna be actually as difficult as that is though, so nah, don't call for a greater. Well, let's just move on though, and yeah, they say lockdown won't be lifted early, and yeah, no, with that 5G in that though, but unless we can sort of convince the people that it was all caused from 5G and that though, that coronavirus, because coronavirus probably uses like, some say, or when a person like say got cancer, they say, oh, it's a coronavirus, and a person like, so die of heart disease, coronavirus. Just as a cover up, just to make the numbers high. That's just my theory, people. It's just yeah, sometimes they put things out of proportion and people go along with it. That's why we underestimate people. Or if that virus thing is real or so, if that pandemic is real. I don't know why she didn't close the borders early. It was all planned so she can bring in that lockdown like martial law style. So let's move on. South May face level 4 for longer, yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of businesses that's gonna suffer. And I bet it's even if yeah, I bet there's gonna be at least like 50% of small businesses ain't gonna recover. And yeah, West Coast and very low vaccine. Well, must be a lot of dumb people there because we do know that flu vaccine actually increases the chance of you getting influenza as well. It increases the chance of getting the flu. So for me, I actually haven't had any vaccination for at least like, well, it's getting like for about getting close to 23 years. Still going. And for me, I haven't had the flu like for like 5 years, but I did have a bad cold. I could count as a flu, so I didn't have that like for anything like it for almost 5 years. So part of the coronavirus, they say, yeah. And I actually had watched a movie that's called Resident Evil Dead Nation, and when the well farmer employee invited a lady to have like a tea with him or something, and when he decided to check on his computer, and she said, "This is the virus." And and the lady said, "You have that here? You got it on the black market. What do you plan to do with it?" To make a vaccine, and the employee said, to make a vaccine. Oh boy, yep. It just doesn't ever get old. Well, no, that's probably like the funniest part in the Resident Evil Damnation, though. Yeah, that's like the funniest part in that, though. To make a vaccine. Oh boy, yeah, you can find that clip on YouTube as well. Resident Evil Damnation, you can find. I'm not going to show it because it's probably copyrighted, so I can't show that on here. But it's on YouTube if you want to watch it. But that theory is probably true as well. Some movies probably make movies probably know what's going on in the world, and they're not like necessarily fiction movie or something. They just see what's happening around the world and to get people to know what's going on. And well, let's just move on then. It's a coronavirus free reason why Jacinda Ardern is perfect. I laughed before I could even finish reading it. It's just yeah, they say Jacinda hits coronavirus. 3 reasons why Jacinda Ardern respond is perfect crisis. Yes, it's just I have a hard time reading. It's just I know it's just absolute BS. And let's just see what she's got to say. Before I'm gonna read this, Prime Minister doesn't want a level 4 lockdown extended a minute longer. Well, I don't think so. That's probably not true. You're probably gonna look for an excuse to extend it. You're just lying to the people, Ardern. You're just saying it. Well, I'm just gonna. Oh, there we go.
I want to touch quickly on the issue of level 4 and questions on the length of
Oh,
which understandably I've had from both you in the media and members of the public. As I've said a few times now, we have a broad set of indicators that we'll be looking to assess our movement between alert levels, but we're also looking at more detail around some of those indicators. But let me be really clear, I don't want New Zealand to be at level 4 a minute longer than needed.
that's probably not true. That's probably basically gonna look for an excuse. You're just saying that Ardern and just trying to get people to trust you. I don't think so. I don't trust you on that, Ardern. No, I don't trust you. I don't believe you.
But equally, there is no plan to move from level 4 early. I just wanted to be nice and clear on that, as it was a question that was raised with me this morning. All actions we have taken to date are about minimising the amount of time we are at level 4 in order to stamp out the virus, and our actions for the remainder of the
Yeah, it's all caused from 5G. Virus just used as a cover-up.
period in level 4 will be about doubling down to ensure the gains made in the first half aren't squandered in the second. We are determined to make sure that we stamp out COVID-19.
It's probably not even COVID-19. It's just the people who died from it, they just say, oh, it's COVID-19. So you can't really believe what she's really saying. Oh, really? For me, I find it hard to even look at it. I find it hard to even listen to what she's got to say. For crying out loud. Of course, she takes the advice from the World Health Organization. You know what they have now? A communist in there, and he has blood on his hand. And I'm probably going to talk about it as well. And well, people, that's all I'm going to say. But there's also one thing I'd like to show you. It's also about David Icke, and I'm going to go to that now. And yeah, David Icke, London Wheel, and he talks about the David Icke's second London Wheel interview within 3 weeks. His latest video presented new information about the coronavirus, 5G, human feed, and mass manipulation. And yeah, and this is on Venmo, and well, and there's a download there if you want to download it. And And it's also a good idea to do that, and so people can watch it. It's worth watching, people. I know it's about 2 hours and 33 minutes long, but it's probably worth watching, and I ain't gonna probably watch that. So, people, I ain't gonna end it right here. Matthew Miller, sign off, over and out.